You are in the market for a new car. You want a small family car. What are your options? Well, it was always a pick of three cars: the Vauxhall Astra, Volkswagen Golf and the Ford Focus. Seeing that the Ford Focus is being discontinued next year, it only leaves two cars left: the Vauxhall Astra and the Volkswagen Golf. Let's see which one is the best. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Cars and More. This is the number one place to be for car news and reviews. Sit back, buckle up, let's go. So, let's start with the Astra in terms of front end design. Straight from the start, it is a good looking car and there is no doubt about it. You have a set of LED headlights, pixel lights on the top of the range models. They are connected with a black panel called the Vauxhall visor. This makes the car look wide and striking. Lower down we have a big central air vent and some side vents housing the fog lights. The overall design is sporty and modern looking. Moving round to the Golf, however, we have a simpler, more classier look, and it has not evolved much over the years. We get a pair of LED headlights, and again you can opt for matrix headlights as an option. But if you do go for that option, you get a light bar connecting the headlights together. We also get a thin black bar. Lower down we get a central air vent that stretches to the width of the car with body colour and chrome inserts, giving this car a unique look. It is classier and more grown up feeling. For me though, the front end design is better on the Vauxhall Astra. Moving around to the sides of the Astra, we get a sporty looking design with minimal creases. The window styles are similar on both cars, but on the Astra we get a floating roof design and a fake air vent just behind the rear door, mimicking the Mark I and Mark II Astras. Moving to the side of the Golf, and again we get a classical, classy design. We don't get a black coloured roof and fake air vents, although we do get a bit of a chrome strip letting people know the model of the car. The creases have been kept to a minimum just like the Astra, but for me this is where the Astra wins again, as there is nothing exciting going on this car. Moving around to the back of the two cars, and there is nothing much between both of them. Both of them have a boxy shape. Maybe the Golf is a bit curvier but not that much. We get similar design tail lights, with the Astra getting sportier and a thinner set. We also get the logos that flip to open the boot, and lettering is on the centre of both. The only difference between the two is the bumper. On the Astra we get a sporty and edgy design, and on the Golf we get again a classy design, but we do get fake exhaust, which is a letdown for me. This is why the Astra takes the lead yet again. So, let's talk engines for the Vauxhall Astra. I'm not going to mention about the performance cars of the Astra and Golf, as we are not looking at those models today. With the Astra you can have either petrol plug-in hybrid or electric. There are rumours that there will be a mild hybrid version coming in the future too. Let's start with the petrol engines. There are two options. These are a 1.2 litre turbo engine. You can either have it with 108 brake horsepower or 128 brake horsepower. The 108 brake horsepower version is only available on the base spec design trim level, and you can only have it with a 6-speed manual. The 128 brake horsepower model can be had throughout the range, and you can either have a 6-speed manual or an 8-speed automatic. The mild hybrid unit will most likely be the same that's found in the new Vauxhall Corsa facelift. This will include an 8-speed automatic with a 1.2 litre petrol engine and an electric motor inside the gearbox. This will create about 134 brake horsepower. For the plug-in hybrid model, you can have a 1.6 litre turbo engine backed up with an electric motor to create 178 brake horsepower. On electric only, you can drive for about 40 miles, which isn't that bad. This can only be had with an 8-speed automatic gearbox. Finally, for the electric version, you can have a 154 brake horsepower motor mated to a 54 kWh battery pack. This will give you about 250 miles of range. The price of the Astra starts at £26,610 for the petrol model, but for the Astra electric model it starts at £37,445, which is way too much for an Astra in my opinion. Let's have a look at the Golf. So, for the engine range of the Volkswagen Golf, it consists of petrol mild hybrid, petrol plug-in hybrid and diesel. There is no electric option like the Astra, and I am not counting the Volkswagen ID3 as an electric option, as this is a completely different car and was designed to replace the Volkswagen Golf SV and the Volkswagen Golf Plus. So, let's start with the petrol engines. To start with, you can either have a 1 litre turbo engine that produces 108 brake horsepower. This is front wheel drive and it is mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox. But if you go for the 7-speed DSG gearbox, this will add mild hybrid technology to it, making it slightly more efficient. Next up is a pair of 1.5 litre engines with either 128 brake horsepower or 148 brake horsepower. Both of these can be had with a 6-speed manual, and again they are front wheel drive. These engines are also available with a 7-speed DSG gearbox and again with mild hybrid technology. For the diesel option, there is only a 2 litre turbo engine with either 113 brake horsepower or 148 brake horsepower. This can be had with a 6-speed manual gearbox for the lower powered model or a 7-speed DSG gearbox for the both, but without the mild hybrid technology. You can get up to 70 miles to the gallon though, which is quite good. For the plug-in hybrid model, you can have a 1.4 litre turbo engine mated to a 6-speed DSG gearbox and an electric motor, giving you an electric-only range of about 40 miles and a maximum power output of 202 brake horsepower. The price of the Volkswagen Golf starts at £26,705. Let's have a look at the interior of the two cars. So, let's start with the interior of the Astra, and straight away, compared to the old Astra, this interior feels much more modern. We have the glass Vauxhall Pure panel, which houses the infotainment system and instrument cluster. The infotainment system is okay to use, but it does take some time to get used to it. We also get physical climate control switches and a good amount of storage cubby holes too. The dashboard design is interesting too, with okay materials. The centre console is also premium, and the only thing I don't like that much is the steering wheel. This is because it feels like to me that it's got an odd design compared to the rest of the cabin. The seats are comfy however, and they are supported by AGR, which means you can easily do long journeys in comfort. Let's move to the Golf. Moving to the Golf, and we are welcomed with a similar setup with some areas that are better, for example the materials that are used, but are worse, like the infotainment system. Yes, it has been improved since its release, but it is still not the best infotainment system, and it houses the climate control system, which is not great. You do get sliders for the temperature, but they don't light up at night, just like the volume slider. Now, all the issues that I have mentioned so far are being improved with the facelift that is coming out soon, and with these improvements I do think it can make the interior of the Golf better than the Astra, with more premium materials and a better infotainment system. The build quality is better overall than the Astra, and storage is also slightly better. It is a close call between the Astra and Golf. Overall though, I'm going to say the Astra wins for now, but when the facelift comes out for the Golf, that will win, as the issues that I have mentioned will be fixed. Let's have a look at the rear seats of the two cars. So, getting into the back of the Astra, and it isn't bad in here. People over 6 foot will struggle with legroom and headroom, but children will be fine. You do get some air vents, rear heated seats on high spec models, as well as USB-C ports. You also get an armrest. Sitting free in the back is okay, but it is a squeeze. The only issue that I have is if you are going to use Isofix child seats, the Isofix mounting points are hard to get to as they are hidden behind a fiddly zip. Once you do get the seating though, after some faffing, you won't need to worry about it. Getting into the back of the Golf, and it is the same as the Astra really, but 3 people will be able to sit in the back a bit comfier and legroom is slightly better. It is not a noticeable difference though between the cars. You also do get some air vents and an armrest, but you can also have your own climate control switches. You do also get heated seats and your own rear USB-C ports, just like the Astra. One good part now is that the ISOFIX points are easily accessible and there is more storage in the back, with 3 pockets in the back of the front seats. This is why the Golf wins for the rear seats. Let's have a look at the boot. Opening the boot of the Astra, and you are welcomed with 422 litres of boot space with the seats up. On certain models you do get an adjustable boot floor with some storage underneath, which is handy. With the seats down you get 1,389 litres. For the Volkswagen Golf, sadly, this is where the Astra takes the lead again with boot space. This is because if we open the boot of the Golf, we are only welcomed with 380 litres of boot space with the seats up. And with the seats down, we only get 1,237 litres. This is not bad though, and we also do get an adjustable boot floor, which is handy. So in summary then, what car wins? Well, I didn't expect it to be as close as it is, to be honest. Overall, the Vauxhall Astra wins, but it only wins by half a point. When the Mark 8.5 Golf comes out, I cannot see why that cannot win. If the Golf wins on the interior with better materials and upgraded technology, then it will win, but again, both cars are very good. Yes, the Golf is a good car, but the Astra looks sportier and more interesting, and it also stands out from the crowd against other cars, along with having a slightly better interior and decent engines and an electric option. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.